Our last homework, the airline flight scheduling system, is a more realistic project that comes with a challenge of multiple user tasks and a system or the structure of different business objects in computer memory when the application runs. So in summary, I recommend that you download the prototype of this application and make sure that you can compile and run it pretty much the same way I did this in our presentation. And then read again the handout. And as you go along the description of this application, identify the classes that correspond to business objects outlined in the handout. So that should not be too difficult because the names of all classes here match the assignment description pretty closely. So you should try to understand what flight schedule methods do with these classes. And of course we create the flight schedule right here in the main method, and the main method really kind of is relying on all the methods inside the flight schedule to implement all of the required use cases as specified by the menu of the application. And it is one of the important skills in our profession to be able to work with someone else's code and be able to enhance and modify the program to implement new features and improve the existing ones. So your job will be much simpler if the application is using Java library containers, because once you learn how they work, as in our flight schedule implementation class right here, right? So we are using array list and hash map. So your job will be much simpler if the containers that you're using in the application are Java library containers, such as generic containers that we already discussed lately. Because once you learn how they work and what is the syntax to use them, it becomes very standard in terms of understanding what the code does and why does it do certain things. So here, feel free to add new methods to the flight schedule class as you need to when finishing up the missing use cases outlined in our description of menu items that we need to have. Also, feel free to change anything you like or anything you don't like in this application. Primarily, this applies to the data attributes of our I think, airline class. And we need to be able to add to the airline class all the missing pieces, such as full name of the airline company, the type of the aircraft and aircraft capacity. And of course, as you continue to work, you need to ask the user to provide these data attributes when adding new airline to the system. And if you're looking for more challenges, I will scroll down to the last part of this menu structure that we're having in this application, is to focus on the advanced feature, which is finding flights between two airports. This is definitely for an extra credit. You don't have to implement this. Don't try to waste any time writing this use cases unless you already finished all other tasks and they work perfectly well. The idea is to find a connection between, find flights to find connection between the two airports. So of course what comes to mind is the name of the airports, the timing of arrivals and departures. Everything gets involved in this specific use case. So in the absence of a direct flight, we can find a pair of connecting flights and make an intermediate stop at another airport. So we can also, of course, compute the layover time, the wait time between the connecting flights. So this is an advanced feature, and you really don't have to worry about it. Just focus on the basic set of functionality outlined in other parts of the homework. But if you're looking for challenges, this is a really good challenge to try in this specific application.